Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from the Meadowlands Racetrack here on Monday. It is October the 17th, 2016. We're going to look at all the races on today's program. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections from racetracks around the world, and I mean it around the world. Remember, first post today at the Meadowlands is 110. 110, it's the afternoon card. The next three cards, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So let's get on to it. Starting off for race number one, there's a huge pick 5 carryover today. But the first race on the Meadowlands is main claim race, first $12,500 for maidens, 3-year-olds, and upwards. We have a field of 10 horses traveling a mile on the turf course with the rail set at 17 feet from its true position. 1 mile. And my top selection here will go to the 4 horse, number 4, who is Paper Street. I'm going to go 4-10-5-1. 4-10-5-1. Number 4, Paper Street, 4-1. Jackie Davis on this one, making his second start here at the Meadowlands this year. Last time out, first start here at the Meadowlands, October the 6th, 1 mile in a maiden 1050. Source finished fourth by 1 1/4 lengths with the 7-pound bug rider up that day, Winston K. He finished fourth by 1 1/4 lengths. Was with the leaders dueling early on, but then just all the finisher, all the closers kind of overtook him and really didn't have the best of closing kicks. The start for 4 came to the second at Monmouth on a off the turf race, but it was fast that day. And the maiden 14 horse finished 7th by 30 and a quarter lengths. Didn't do anything that day. He just ran crap basically. This horse is 30-0, and he's only finished in the money 5 times, so I think maybe today he should do well. His last race was a bit of improvement. 4-1 here today. His last race before that on turf came at Monmouth, August 19th, 1 mile and maiden 14. His horse finished fourth by 2 lengths. Was setting the pace early on, then got taken over. Had a horrible start also. But if this horse didn't stumble that day, I think he could have held on to win. Because it takes a lot out of him early on. But I'm going to go with this horse. Here's a top selection at 4-1. He's dropping down to the maiden 10. So to recap my bets for race number one for the Meadowlands Racetrack, going to go with the 4 horse. Going to do a superfecta 4-10-5-1. 4-10-5-1. So now let's get on to race number 2 from the Big M, which is a main claim race, purse $12,500 for maidens, 3-year-olds, and upwards. We have a field of 10 horses traveling the distance of ground of a mile on the turf course, rail set at 17 feet from its true position. 1 mile. My top selection here in this one will go to the 2 horse, number 2, next cowboy up. Gonna go 2-7-6-10, 2-7-6-10, number 2, next cowboy up. 7-2, Francisco Masonette on this one. This 3-year-old gelding, last time out, ran at the Meadowlands 1 mile October the 6th and maiden 1250. Source finished third by a half length. He was stalking the pace all throughout and really just didn't have the best closing kicks. He led at the top of the stretch, but after that really weakened. The winner, Due Time, is running back into this race again, who finished second last time out. But start before September the 18th at Monmouth, mile 16th, main 16. Source finished second by 3.5 lengths. He got up for second. He was stalking the pace again that start, and he just weakened into second. And then a Monmouth 1 mile off turf, September the 2nd, and main 16. Horse finished fifth by 26 1/4 lengths at 58-1. Did not like the dirt that day. His better races have been on turf. He started twice here at the Meadowlands. Last time out, which is probably his best race on the turf. And his other start at the Meadowlands came October 24th last year at the Meadowlands, 1 mile, the main specialway. Finished sixth by 5 1/4 lengths. Stalked the pace, but really weak, and all the closers really overtook him. 7-2. I'm going to take my chances with this one here, trying to make his maiden win here out of 14 starts. So the first race I have a horse that's 0 for 30. I have a horse for 0 for 14 in this race. But I think I really like both of their horses' chances here. So to recap my bets for race number 2 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, I'm going to go with the 2 horse. Going to go 2-7-6-10. 2-7-6-10. Race 3 from the Meadowlands, post time 2:10 is a claiming race, purse $20,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Non-winners of 2 races since September the 20th allowed £3. Going for a claim price of $10,000. Field of 9 horses traveling the distance of ground of, guess what? 5 furlongs on the turf course. Rail again at 17 feet, as it's going to be the whole card. 5 furlongs. My top selection here will go to the 4 horse, Number 4, who is Racy, gonna go 4873, 4873. Number 4, Racy at 9 to 2. Dylan Davis for Todd Wyatt. It's 9-year-old gelding. This horse has been around the block a few times. Last time out, Laurel, 5.5 furlongs and a claiming 7,500. This horse finished fifth by 2 3/4 lengths that day. I didn't have the best of starts that day. Really, he was in tight all around. He just didn't look good that day. Start before at Laurel, 5.5 furlongs, August the 13th in the Star Lounge Race, 75 starter price. Horse finished third by 3/4 lengths, set the pace early on and then weakened. And then a Laurel Star Lounge Race, 7,500, July 30th. Horse finished third by 2 1/4 lengths. Really didn't have a great closing kick again. He's making his Meadowlands debut today. You have to go back to this horse's last win was his actually season debut, June 23rd at Delaware Park, about 5 furlongs, claimed 7,500. Horse won by 1 1/4 lengths, really stalked the pace, got the lead, and took off. Very nice victory. I think this is the perfect turf course for this horse. It's like a European style turf course. This horse before 2015 was based in Europe at the United Kingdom, and a lot of people say this turf course is more like a European style turf course since it's built on a swamp. He should really relish it. 9 to 2 today. I think this is a great price on this horse. Hopefully, it gets up to 8 to 1 or something like that, because that would be even better. But gonna go with this horse here. So to recap my bets for race number 3 from the Meadowlands, gonna go with the 4 horse. Gonna go 4-8-7-3, 4-8-7-3. That's gonna be my best bet of the day. That 4 horse. So now let's get on to race number 4 from the Meadowlands, which is claim race purse $21,000 for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses going for a claiming price of $12.50, traveling a mile and a 16th on the turf course. Mile 16th. My top selection here will go to the 7 horse, number 7, who is Rhythm Queen. I'm going to go 7-5-9-8, 7-5-9-8. Number 7, Rhythm Queen, 3 to 1. Orlando Boca Chica on this one. Last time out, run a Monmouth, mile 16, September the 24th, and claiming 16,000. Horse finished second by a length that day. He was on or off the lead all throughout. Really just didn't, he just really couldn't catch the victors that day. Start before came at Monmouth, mile 16th, August 27th, and a claiming 16. Horse finished fourth by 1 3/4 lengths. That was an improvement of his start before against Tougher, but he just didn't have a great closing kick. He was running back here at the Meadowlands, where he's run once back in 2014, I believe. I think he should really like this turf course. That start before that last Monmouth start, or 2 starts ago, or 3 starts, whatever it is. August the 10th, he ran a Saratoga, mile 16th, claiming 25,000. He finished 7th by 7 3/4 lengths. Just did not do well. He was just very against a lot tougher horses that day. The horse's last win came in claiming 16,000 over the winter at Gulfstream Park, 1 mile, February the 21st. He won by half length. He looked good all throughout, driving up that turf course that day. So I'm going to go with this horse here as a top selection. So to recap my bets for race number 4 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, gonna go with the 7 horse. Gonna go 7-5-9-8, 7-5-9-8. So now let's get on to race number 5 from the Meadowlands. It's a starter allowance race, purse $30,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards, which should never start for a claim price of 25,000 or less in 2015 or 16, which never won a race on main claim starter or state bred allowance race, or which never won 4 races. We have a field of it's a lot of words. We have a field of 9 horses traveling a mile and a 16th on the turf course. 1 1/16 mile. And my top selection here will go to the 4 horse, number 4, Noble Road. Gonna go 4-3-8-5, 4-3-8-5. Number 4, Noble Road, 3 to 1 with Toledo in the saddle. Last time out, 5 furlongs at the Penn National, August the 11th, an optional 25 claimer. Horse finished 8th by 8 1/4 lengths that day. He did not like the course at all. It just was a little bit too short of the distance that day. He does better routing. Start before you have to go to Monmouth Park, mile 3/8 in on July the 3rd in the United Nations Handicap pick, grade 1 in the United Nations Handicap. His horse finished 10th by 13 3/4 lengths. He stuck the pace early on, and that's tired badly. He was basically last, was 154 to 1 that day also. So he proved his price, because he was 154 to 1. He finished last. That's what you kind of expect a 154 to 1 horse to do. And then to start before the United Nations came up, Pimlico, June the 9th, mile 16th, optional 32 claim. He finished 6th by length at 33 to 1. He was leading in the lane, but really everybody just took over him. It was an all-out finish on that turf course. Last win for this horse, you have to go back to Penn National, August the 12th of last year in a allowance race, 34,000. Won by head, and it was a very good run. 3-1 here today. I'm going to take my chances with this one. I think you should like this turf course. He's making his Meadowlands debut. So to recap my bets for race number 5 in the Meadowlands, going to go with the 4 horse. Going to go 4-3-8-5. 4-3-8-5. Now let's get on to the nightcap race number 6, post time 3:40 here on the East Coast. The sixth race is claim race per $17,000 for Phillies Mayors 3 holes, no first, never started, which never won through races. We have a claim price here of $7,500. Field of 12 horses, 11 and 12 are all Swellsvilles, traveling a mile here on the turf course. 1 mile. My top selection here will go to the 5 horse. Number 5, who is Desert Folly. Going to go 5-1-4-9. 5-1-4-9. Number 5, Desert Folly. 4-1. Orlando Boca Chica on this one. Last time out ran at Meadowlands on mile 16th, September 20th, and claiming 7,500. He won by 3/4 length. Closed up very well. He's stalking kind of position all throughout. And, when this horse got the lead, took off a very nice victory for this one. Start before came at Monmouth, a mile 16th, claiming 20,000. He finished fourth by 5.5 lengths. He was a little bit wide and, was closing up a little bit. But with that class drop after that, he was running and claiming 20, then down to claim 7,500. He really roused it at even money last time out. But, and start before came at Monmouth, August the 5th, one mile, claiming 20, finished third by 4.5 lengths again. Again, he was a little bit wide. It was closing a little bit. But, with this claiming with this group of horses, I think he should run well again. I think he liked the turf course last time out. So I'm going to go with this horse here as a top selection. So to recap my bets for race number 6 from the Meadowlands Racetrack here on this Monday afternoon, I'm going to go with the 5 horse. Going to go 5-1-4-9. 5-1-4-9. So good luck to all and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.